Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Let's talk about an uncivilized mutt. Tragic story out of California. A former college campus security guard faces felony charges after fatally shooting a California university dean at her office last week. The shooting took place on May 2nd at Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology in Inglewood, California, where Dr. Kamisha Clark had recently been promoted to Dean of Student Affairs. Authorities say that 40-year-old Jesse Figueroa, who worked as a security guard at the tech school, walked into the building and opened fire in one of his offices, striking 35-year-old Clark and her 37-year-old receptionist, who was an unintended target. Both women were rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Clark died of her injuries on May 5th, according to family members. The other victim, who authorities have not identified, is reportedly still in critical condition. Authorities caught up with the uncivilized mutt shortly after he fled the scene in his car. He was charged with one felony count of murder, one felony count of attempted murder, one felony count of possession of a firearm with prior violent convictions, and one felony count of possession of a firearm by a felon with prior convictions. His bail was set at $5 million. This is what I want to know. If a person is so dangerous to the community, why give him a bail in the first place? Why even give him an opportunity to get back out on the streets? It makes zero sense to me. The only thing that's logical about that is that it's a money grab. It's an opportunity to try to get some money. That's what it's about. Trying to get that money. Makes absolutely no sense to me. This dude is clearly an unstable, unforgiving, unapologetic, uncivilized mutt. And I suspect that his mama was a mutt and his daddy was a mutt. And his grandpappy and his grandmammy were uncivilized mutts. How else do you shape your brain to walk into a university and gun down the dean, a 35-year-old woman? Now, the authorities say that all they know is there was some type of disagreement between he and the dean allegedly did something he didn't like. So he gunned her down. Yet again, another dude who can't control his emotions, a guy who gave up on life. And here's the thing. This dude should have never been on the streets in the first place because, as far as I know, he was out because he struck a plea deal with the state. He had prior felony convictions. So he wasn't even supposed to be out on the streets in the first place. But you know how they do. Try to wink, wink, look out for each other. You know how they be doing it. Put him back out on the streets. If they had done what they were supposed to do, then Kamisha would still be alive today. Let me put it like this. A prosecutor's number one job is public safety. That is a prosecutor's number one job. That is what every single prosecutor should be thinking every single time they think of a person who is a danger to the community. How do I protect my community from this uncivilized mutt? They didn't do that. I wonder why. So what kind of person was Kamisha? I went through several posts on Facebook. All types of people from Atlanta to California and in between Nothing but nice things to say about her. People who helped raise her, people she went to school with at Clark Atlanta. There were people who were friends with her, and she just seemed to be like a beloved person. People were saying that she was, living the dream. She was walking in her purpose. Specifically, this is what the family had to say about Kamisha. We are beyond devastated. Kamisha's life was taken from us far too soon in an act of senseless violence that no woman should ever have to endure. She was an amazing person who didn't deserve this. She was living her best life, doing the work she loved. Kamisha was the most compassionate, loving, and fiercely loyal person. She was a radiant, joyful, driven, and compassionate woman who touched countless lives across the country, from her hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, to LA. Her legacy is defined not by the manner of her death, but by the extraordinary way she lived. She was a trailblazer and an inspiration, having recently been promoted to a dean at Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology in Inglewood. Kamisha uplifted everyone fortunate enough to cross her path. Her leadership, integrity, and deep sense of purpose helped shape futures of countless students from the campus of Clark Atlanta University to Spartan College. She believed in the potential of others even when they could not yet see it in themselves. That sounds like somebody I need to know. That sounds like somebody I would have wanted to know. Sound like a good person. And the person who killed her sounds like the opposite. Sounds like a textbook uncivilized mutt. When you do it like that, fam, that's a person who just gave up. That's a person who, no matter what he may have thought of himself, he really had low self-esteem. This is why I say this, fam. People who throw their lives away over nonsense, they can't cut it. They ain't got the heart to get up and go get it like everybody else do. I'm talking about from kindergartners. Because kindergartners got to get up and go hit it too, man. They got to get up and go to get dressed and, go to school, and they got to behave and work well with others, and they got to make the grade. I mean, it might be ABC grades, but, they still got to get up and go get it. And then you got old people, man, as old as 90-some years old, working as greeters at Kohl's and Walmart. And everybody in between. It's people out here, it's people listening to me right now. Got an aching back, got headaches, got bad knees, bad legs, arm hurt, chest problems, still getting up and going to get it, still getting up and going to work, still humping. But then you got these uncivilized mutts who purport to be something special, and somebody make them mad and they just throw everything away. That's because they can't hack it. They can't do life. They can't do this thing called life. It's too hard for them. So they crash out. And they mask the crashing out with some type of sick ideology or principle they have. But really it comes down to them having low self-esteem. That's what that's really about. R.I.P. Kamisha Clark. No more talk.